Hey, hello, Noble Rick here, your friendly neighborhood old troll. Welcome aboard, and let's make something cool.
You remember the webtoon comic I've been doing lately, that I've been mentioning now and again on my channel? The Lovely Grounded Fairies. Well, it's going to become a book. Storyline for The Bane of Bad Things. That will be the book. The Bane of Bad Things. It's an adventure. The first adventures of the Lovely Grounded Fairies. These lassies here who get turned into human beings, basically. Not quite. Because they still have a little bit of their magic left. After they get their braids snipped, as you see here, and they become these superheroes down here at the bottom, the lovely grounded fairies. Almost human, but not quite. They have a little bit of their magic still left, and that magic gives each one of them a superpower, making them superheroes for the port city of Wilmington, North Carolina, where they are secreted away. And here they must defend the city from monsters that form out of nanobots. So my comic book is becoming a book you could read, not a comic book, but a book you could read, a novel, The Bane of Bad Things, Adventure of the Lovely Grounded Fairies. So the webtoon is going to be changing, hopefully. Right now it's on pause because I got to illustrate the book. Yes, Noble Rick is illustrating The Bane of Bad Things, the book about the Lovely Grounded Fairies. And a lot has changed, so some of this in the webtoon will not be in the book, or it's changed quite a bit. So be sure to stay tuned, because I'm going to change the, hopefully after I get through with illustrating the book, I can change back to changing the webtoon to fit the book more better. Is that correct English? More better? More. To more correctly match the book. So, stay tuned. What I'm going to do tonight, however, is to begin the very beginning, or rather show you some video of me beginning the book, or the sketches for the book. So take a look at this now. This is how I draw. What I'm going to draw tonight is going to be like a 2-year-old, because I'm just putting down the rough ideas, and that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to lay down the rough ideas for each chapter. For what I'm about to do, I feel under the obligation to show you a little bit of my art, because it's not going to be pretty what I'm about to do. But I do want you to see that I am capable of making something that looks pretty decent as far as art is concerned. It's one of my drawings, one of the characters of the Lovely Grounded Fairies. You can check that out on webtoon. They're working on the book. This is a painting I done some time ago. So I can do art. Here's a little design I made, which is actually a placeholder in the book as I'm getting ready to do the art. One of the characters making a shield out of BBs is Baby Cheeks, also known as Jewel. There's some other stuff that I've made in 3D inside of the computer. There's a bowl jointed doll I had made at some point. And let's go ahead and put this away. There's a little cartoon I threw together once. Jurassic Park. There's a mosquito and Ember there. Alright, so I can do decent art. What I'm about to do is not going to look decent. So we have what's essentially a 5x7. Is that what the website said? But I've made it larger, and here's why. Edit. Canvas size. Canvas size is 12 by 8.57, which I think is the same ratio as a 5x7. And it's at 600 DPI. And let's begin. This is going to be chapter 1. Now this is a rough. Make sure I got in color. On chapter 1, we want a spider's web. And the spider is going to be knocked out of it by a charm. Door-shaped charm. It's a door. I would probably suggest not doing this, but it's annoying me. So I'm going to... Hey, I made a hole in the... That kind of fits, actually. I made a hole in the web. It's a door. It's got a window at the top. One of those lunar windows. Got a handle there. Got the door pattern on it, which I'm wasting too much time on this as it is. And that's going to... where's my mouse? There we are. Ooh. It's going to bump a spider out of the web. And there's probably going to be a mayfly somewhere that gets out of the web. To freedom. File. Save. Chapter 1. Control A to select everything. Delete. And this will be Chapter 2. From here on out, I must be careful how I save, because I will save every Chapter 1 until I change the name. What is happening on Chapter 2? Chapter 2 is a bird. A very big bird. It's a monster bird with many eyes in its head. He's causing havoc. I think birds' legs are like that. I should not be spending too much time on this. He's a very spiky bird. Okay, and he's got victims on the rooftop, very flat rooftop there. But she's coming to rescue them, a lassie. She's got shoulder puffs, puffy shoulders. That's part of her dress. Put her head up a little higher. She's got pointy ears because she's a fairy, but she doesn't have any wings because she's a grounded fairy. And that should be, and she's also flying. She's got wood flying around her too, cords of firewood. Alright, enough of that. File, save as. I'm being careful to put it as save as rather than save because I do not want to overwrite Chapter 1. This is Chapter 2. Type in 2, click save. There we are. I'm going to hit delete. What do I do from here on out? I must not save because this is going to be Chapter 3 and I don't want it to overwrite Chapter 2. There's a dress. It stops right there. Begins again over here. It's a girl with a bob hairdo and pointy ears. She's resting on her elbows. She's holding out a charm. The charm will be a key. It has a heart shape here. And she's kind of missing a little bit right there. She's got her feet up because she's relaxing. That is save as Chapter 3. And it's a hand. We're not going to get fancy. Hand's coming into the room. It's a brick wall. We may indicate that. Oh, goodness gracious. Where was I raised? There we go. Brick wall. Enough of that. File. Save as Chapter 4 of BANE of Bad Things. That's the name of the novel. Written by Chocolaty Locket and hopefully illustrated by me, Noble Rick. Chapter 5. Chapter 6. A couple of feet, maybe. Right. File. Save as Chapter 7. Save as 8. Willigigan, maybe some far away, up higher than the others. There you go. That's just an example of what I need to make. Save as Chapter 9. It is a suit of armor. Oh, they have ponytails. They're supposed to be guys after all. Suit of armor. There's a hole right there where the arm was once upon a time. But he's got his left, well, the armor does have his left arm where it gives a salute. There's a ghost in the machine, you might say. Alright. 10. This is chapter 11. Save chapter 12. File save as. Chapter 13. File save as. 14. 15. What's inside of that potted plant? So, that is the last chapter. Also known as chapter 16. What we're doing is stage 1. Stage 1 is you get a really rough idea nailed down. That's what I've been doing tonight. Stage 2 will be you'll upgrade it. You'll fine tune that image and give it some fingers and stuff. Just fine tune the image, and then you just keep going until you but we want to stay in the big picture as long as you can, because you may want to change her pose. And if you do a lot of detail here, a lot of detail, and you decide to change something about this drawing, you'll have to erase all that details. So you don't want to do that. You want it to develop and stay big picture. You may want to change her pose, say that like she's waving or something. Has her arm in front of her. Has her puffy shoulders. That's her dress. She's doing a pirouette or whatever. Pirouette, did I say that right? A dance move of some sort. But there you go. You want to, what we did tonight was stage 1. The rough. Just throwing something down to give us an idea of what it is I had planned to do for that chapter, for a particular chapter. Alright. Thanks for watching, and let's make something cool.